So, do you know, have you ever read a study from the MIT that say that athletes are today in the society the most influential personalities? Before politicians, before singers, before influencers, the athletes are the most followed and inspiring people on the society. So when they speak about a topic, when they speak about sustainability or social impact, they have a massive role to play. So now, let's pivot to the grassroots, also to the people turning values into action. This apple pie of lots of personalities. Please welcome Antoine from Protect Our Winter, Laure Jarlaud from Outdoor Sport Valley, and Jarlaud. Thank you very much. Please. Hello, Antoine. Hello, Laure.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Hilary. Please take a seat or stand. It's better, yeah. Cool. So you will talk about an amazing project called The Ordinary Project. Floor is yours.
Thanks, Francois. Hi, everyone. And first, let me apologize for the French accent, but I think you get used to it by the end of the day. I'm here to tell you that athletes can have a positive impact by having influence on their peers as well as wider communities. However, the efforts and the message should not rest solely on their shoulder. It should be conveyed in conjunction with the industry, brands, sponsors, event organizers, as well as the organizations that oversee the sport activities, such as federation, clubs, and the states. Like Madame Salwa told us, sports brings us together. They encourage us to do efforts, they encourage us for progression, they teach us collaboration, they teach us responsibility, and those are the values that we need to collectively face the climate and social crisis that we find ourselves in, and this is the ambition for the Ordinary Project. Larry?
So hello, everyone, and thank you so much for welcoming us here on the Legacy stage. Just to introduce myself quickly, I'm Hilary Gerardi, and, well, it's marked behind me. I'm a mountain endurance athlete. I grew up in the US. I've lived in France for 15 years, and I specialize in a kind of mountain running that's very technical, have to use your hands to scramble around a bit. But I was competing on an international circuit of races for nearly a decade. I stopped at the end of last year, then it had me traveling all around the world. And during that time, I think that, I was certainly aware, I knew about climate change, I was a bit engaged in climate change, but I wasn't necessarily making the connection about my own practices and the impact that I was having. And it wasn't until 2020 with COVID, when all of the races were canceled, that I kind of started to step back and think a bit more critically about what I was doing. And it was at that time that I started making changes in how I approached my sport. And what I found, my experience, was that being an athlete, climate advocate, or activist can be pretty lonely. Honestly, there aren't a lot of us, and we're trying to operate and compete at a high level in a context that's really not made for sustainability. It can be very tough. I think that, the majority of athletes are actually aware, at least I should say athletes in Europe are aware of climate change and how it will impact their sport and the challenges that it will pose for us as individuals and as society. But when I speak to my peers, I see that there's a lot of obstacles that get in the way of them being able to take action. And maybe, for example, it's that they don't feel legitimate because they don't know enough about climate change, or maybe they don't know what would have the biggest impact. Maybe they don't have the support of their sponsors. Maybe they're afraid of getting criticized, or they just feel like a hypocrite. There are many different reasons. All of them are legitimate. Now, at risk of sounding maybe a little bit cliche, everyone here who's done sports, and even if they've done individual sports, knows about teamwork. And when I learned about this project that OSV was working on, this Ordinary Project, that's what I identified it as, an opportunity for teamwork. Now, it is an opportunity. We're going to bring together athletes and brands, and we're going to bring together a panel of experts and nonprofits, communications experts, scientists, industries, folks all coming together to work together to effect change, to help welcome another class, another generation of activists and athletes to the movement. And it's something really that can be motivating for athletes. It's something that can be effective, and we hope it's something that can be really fun.
Thank you, Hilary. Laure?
Yes, hi, I'm Laure Jarlaud. I'm Vice President of Outdoor Sports Valley, a network of committed outdoor brands. Our role is to support our members in their day-to-day activities and to help them in their transition. Let me talk about the genesis of this program. It's all started with a conversation between a sports marketing manager and his athletes, because they wanted to take action, but they don't know how. So they turned to Outdoor Sports Valley, which in just a few months bring together a collective outdoor brands like Lapierre, Salomon, Petzl, Pictures, Julbo, Rossignol, etc. And all these brands, which are competitors sometimes, decided to co-build a training and engagement program, and the original project was created. In October, we will launch the first cohort of the Ordinary project, and about 10 pairs of athletes with their sponsors, the federation, will embark in this ambitious adventure. Our goal by 2030 is to have trained and engaged hundreds of athletes, and we hope that besides they could embark hundreds and thousands and millions of people through their community. This program illustrates the strength of OSV and of its DNA collaborative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laure. You want last word for you?
Yeah, I'll finish it off so that you can go for lunch. So quickly, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Antoine, the head manager for Protect Our Winters Friends. What we try to do is turn passion into purpose. We raise and amplify the voice of the outdoor community to act on climate change and fight for social justice. So through our work, we meet athletes, brands, federations, sponsors. Most of the time, it's one without the other. And yes, through our work, sometimes we go into joyful yet pressing confrontations, but we still need a platform where all the stakeholders can meet, grow together, and act collectively. So I think today will not sound out of the ordinary. That's exactly what it is, an ordinary project for the time we live in. Thank you, and you can come and learn more.
Thank you. You can applaud them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laure, Hilary, Antoine.